Yeah. So what was the oh my god about?
Oh, also hello, people. I think we're live. Um, I don't fuck. My mother was trying to get a cat, and apparently it scratched somebody, and I don't know.
Mm,
I was like, I'm just gonna grab this cat and throw it in the bedroom. She's all set.
okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. It sounded bad.
I thought somebody fell down and injured themselves. So
Yeah.
no, it wasn't an injury. It was just a raving lunatic looking for a cat.
Cool. Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Also, hello everybody. How's it going?
What am I giving away tonight? I don't know. Let's see. No, I'm just kidding. I still have that set up.
It's a good thing to have set up. Even another scene on OBS.
Yeah.
It comes in handy.
Indeed.
I'm gonna run through some hellos real quick. I'm gonna do it the Fisher and Fever way and just pull up the participants because that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, look at that.
It's gonna be alphabetical too. Whoa. So sorry, Zen, you're at the bottom. Let's see, we had Ed, Cooper, Geek Boy, Jeremy, Liquid Zoo, Mike's Aquatics, Patty, Pompey, RB, S, Scott, Skulls. How's everybody doing tonight? And of course, Stephen and Zen. Hello.
Have it.
That was. Yep, I grabbed the kitten.
Mm-hmm. Where is everybody?
Oh, Zen, is Nightbot not here right now? Hang on.
Oh,
Might be because I used it for Twitch and I have to relog in through YouTube now, which is kind of disgusting. Okay, it should be here now. It's here.
Yeah, it just hoard out my channel. So
yeah, all I had to do was log in. Let's go.
Go check out my channel.
And there you go. Check out Steven's channel. We're dueling now on subscribers.
Oh yeah, you were. Let's see. Oh, am I winning right now?
You probably are.
Oh.
You got the bump.
Yeah, because I went live, and then people had to subscribe to chat, so
See?
I got a bump just from that.
Works out. Also, hello, Mystery Snow Guardians. How are
Mystery
you? And
Snow
Bunny.
Gardens.
Metalhead sneaking in. How's it going? Hope you guys had a good stream. I would have been there, but we decided to sit outside around a fire before we went live. So
cool. So I figured out, obviously, trying to figure out who said "add me to a wheel" in chat is a nightmare, and I'll never do that again. However, I can use Nightbot, but I can still use the wheel. So yes. I can just say hashtag that thing, and then I can see whose name highlights, and then I can just type it in the wheel without having to look at chat at all.
Something tells me that there is a bot that is integrated into a wheel type system that you could have people type, and I'm sure it links up. I just don't know if it's YouTube compatible right now.
Yeah, that would be nice. And Matt he's hinted at possibly writing a script for a better wheel.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Hey, Petro Man, how's it going? Diego, good to see you. Dee, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, there's a lot of. I heard from other bigger, hundreds of thousands, millions of subscriber people that they're trying to make YouTube more stream friendly and make it more like Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you can gift channel members to people. So on Twitch, you can gift subscribers.
You can gift subscribers? Okay. We got another catastrophe going on. All right, folks. Well, how's it going? I'm running this by myself again, and I didn't expect that. I don't have anything to offer unless I'm spinning a wheel or clumsily trying to type in a bunch of names into a wheel.
Hi, I'm back. Somebody's pissed off with how I put the cat in the bathroom.
Well, it scratched some people, so spend some time in the bathroom. Why not?
We're talking about Twitch. Yeah. So on Twitch has subscribers instead of it's a follow for the free version, subscriber for the paid version, whereas it's a subscription and a membership. So on Twitch, you can gift a subscription for the month. So you pay $4.99, you can give it to someone else. Okay. They integrated that a couple years ago. So I've heard that YouTube's going to do something similar with channel memberships. So I could hit a button and gift 5 people membership to like James's channel or Ed's channel.
That's pretty good.
I heard that. I'm hoping that the whole hosting and rating thing becomes an option too. So when you end a stream, you can do like /host and it just automatically switches people to the next channel instead of sending people over manually.
Yeah, that would be
so like
pretty handy.
On Twitch, you do a raid and it sends your whole chat over, and then it just basically loads the new person's page, whereas the host keeps you on the current channel without the chat. So I'm hoping they do something similar with YouTube now.
Yeah.
Because it definitely is not set up streaming optimized.
Yeah, and there's a lot of streamers on there and a lot of people doing giveaways and stuff like that. So, yeah. If that's
why I'm glad
wants to be a stream friendly place, that's what they should be doing.
That's why I'm glad Nightbot finally started optimizing themselves for YouTube. Because I remember when I started using it last year, it barely ever worked properly.
Yeah. My first encounter with Nightbot in another stream was just like Nightbot getting really overprotective.
Aggressive.
Yeah, and just like, what? That's too many emojis. You're in timeout.
Yeah, that's again, you got to turn all it. I mean, the only one I usually leave on is the link one, because I don't want just random people throwing links in my chat. But I think YouTube already filters that, whereas Twitch doesn't. So if you don't have that protection on, anybody can just throw a link in your chat.
Oh. Yeah, the link thing could be a problem.
Yes, Mike. They do need to bring back where you can click. They do need to bring back where you can click a person's name so you can go straight to their channel. That would be nice.
Yeah. I don't know. They must have gotten rid of that for like the whole sub for sub issue. Like just make it a little less. Because otherwise, you could just go into a channel and be like, hey, click my name, go sub.
Yeah, they got rid of that. God, a while ago, though. Like, almost 2 years, I think.
Like Ricky said, they were talking about getting rid of the dislike button. I don't know if they've made a decision on that, if that was like an old thing they were talking about.
I don't know. I mean, people don't like something. They might. It's still an interaction. I don't mind. I don't care if 100 people want to dislike the video. It means you still at least sat there for some part of it, watched any bit of it, and just didn't like it.
Well, I mean, if people use the dislike button as intended, then it helps everybody because it makes sure that your content is not getting pushed out to that same person who doesn't like you. And it makes sure that he's not getting the content that he doesn't like. You know, same thing with like what you call it, TikTok. Like I click the dislike button a lot in TikTok just to curate what I want to see, which is funny dogs, and that's all I want to see.
I will say that the YouTube algorithm has been pretty on point with recommending things that I would like based on my watch history and like history lately. Before it was just a hot mess, but the last few months it's been pretty on point.
Yep. Did Steenfot not stream tonight?
I don't know. He may not have. We'll have that question for Zen. Zen was here, so I'm guessing no. But Zen, did he not stream tonight? Oh, Ed is back with power. Did you guys get hit with another storm, Ed? Or is it the Texas storm that's going to be here on Thursday?
Oh yeah. Speaking of storms, we got what's his name, Nicholas.
On
his way, kind of going through the Gulf, like coming from the west. And we'll see what happens there. It doesn't look like it's still a tropical storm, and it's on the coast, so maybe not as intense.
Liquid Zoo said he's turning in his keys tomorrow, so no stream tonight. And then Zen said no, he did not. So that might be why people were here. I am thinking maybe we don't start till 9, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe when he's back to streaming, we can just push it to 9 or something.
True. It might. It might be a few weeks before he gets settled in. Who knows?
Oh, getting the last of his stuff out of his house. Okay. Yeah, Ed, what's going on there? Are you getting hit with just a bad thunderstorm or something, or did you just get a breeze that knocked out your internet? Of course, Terry is streaming. Why wouldn't he be streaming, Ricky?
Terry streams when he wants. He's probably decided that this is going to be his regular Monday stream.
I don't care.
Even though he said he wouldn't go on top of us, I think he probably forgot that 10 minutes after he said it. So
Again, I honestly don't care. I've been saying since I became a part of this community, YouTube is a free and open platform, and people should be free to feel like they could stream whenever they want to. Because again, I come from Twitch, where everybody streams whatever the hell
yeah.
they want.
Well, yeah,
So-
it'd be impossible. The Twitch community is gigantic. It'd be impossible
Oh,
to
yeah.
like say, "Oh, you're going." Well, there's a 5-minute window and no one's on.
Like the only semblance of what we do here with a schedule is like if you have a team, they'll schedule like when they're going to go live, or like a company, like a game company will say, okay, these employees are going to stream from this time to this time. But what we do here, nah, we don't do that on Twitch. We just kind of go.
It's just anarchy.
But we also have the squad option, which if like 4 people are streaming at the same time, you can have them all linked at once, and you can be interacting in all the chats at the same time, and everybody gets to view. So
Now that would be an interesting feature for YouTube. Like
It would.
the whole Fish Fam chat and stream. I mean, the panel would be like insane, but chat would be fun.
would be interesting.
Mhm.
Because when I used to mod for like 36 Twitch streamers at one point, and you'd have 8 people going live at once, 10 people going live. So I used to use multi-Twitch, which you could have up to 4 streams going at once through a third-party website with all the chats going simultaneously, and you could just mute and change the volume levels as you please. So that was fun. Trying to mod that many streams at one time.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Zinger? Multi-Twitch, modding like 8 channels at once.
Oh dear, now
Yeah.
she's threatening people.
Yeah, what else is new?
Hey Scott, how's it going? So Scott and I were talking in Suzuki's stream last night about how there's more people in Connecticut that are part of the Fish Fam than we actually realized, and maybe doing a little meetup or something, depending on how many people would be interested.
You're literally the only person that I thought was in Connecticut.
So apparently there's Scott, there's Vinny, there's Muppet, who I didn't even know Muppet lived here. It's the first I've heard of it. There's me. We're thinking there's at least 7 people. I can think of like 4 or 5. So
Well, that's Connecticut's a pretty small state. You're probably
It
within
is.
an hour or so.
Well, that's why I said to Scott, I'm like, we have so many state parks up here. If we get enough people that want to do something, we could go to one of the state parks, do a pavilion, and have like a cookout or something.
Yeah, I'm probably an hour or 2 from Chubbs, and 3G and Jess, main sales for and Finn. They're up there in Shreveport area, so they're a good 6 hours from me, 5 or 6 hours. Like I can make it to Dallas in about the same amount of time.
Dang.
Speaking of which, is Dallas out for you or what?
It's looking more and more like it's going to be an out.
See, I want
Both
to play
for-
board games with y'all.
Both for money reasons and the work issue, and I don't know how the whole viral thing is going to be down there.
No, it's gonna go viral. I wonder what the mask ratio is gonna be.
That's what I'm wondering. No, I don't know that we'd start a club select pet, but a meetup is where we'd start.
Yeah, the idea of starting a club just seems like a lot of work.
I mean, like I've been part of a club before, but it was an archery club, and we had 30 members max. It was $75 a year to stay in. We did events, but I don't know what events we could do at a fish club to bring people in, because like we did 3D shoots at the archery club, so I would plan the courses and stuff, and people would come with their bows, and it was 15 for non-members and 10 for members, so you could make some money. But I don't know that we'd have enough people to pay for like a quote unquote clubhouse and have events. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the standard thing for fish clubs seems to be swaps and auctions and speakers and raffles and stuff. We have an aquarium society around here. It's called the Southeast Louisiana Aquarium Society. So everything they do is still like an hour or so from me. But they haven't done anything since the pandemic. Like the last big event that they did had Rachel O'Leary as a speaker, but that was God, it must have been 2 years ago now.
Wow. Yeah, I think we have a guppy club or a guppy association or something nearby. It's either in New York or Mass, but as far as Connecticut goes, I don't think we have anything here.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere anyway. This is my fish club. It's on YouTube.
Like I
Good
said,
enough for me.
I'm 95% committed to the Clash at this point.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
most, yeah.
it's down to like a 50-50 for me for Dallas at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you can choose between the two, I would say go to the Clash. I mean, that's going to be the cheaper one for you, where it was not the cheaper one for me,
Yeah.
but it's going to be the best. Like, there's so many awesome people going. Like every time it gets brought up on a stream, I'm just like so sad.
Yeah,
So
that's part
sad.
of the reason I was like, I think I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah.
Because I like when Rico first mentioned, I was like, oh, that sounds cute. And then it's like, oh, all these people are going that I didn't
Yeah.
realize were going at first, and more people are potentially going. So I'm like, we might want to go now.
Well, I'm really stoked that Ed and James are still, as of right now, going to Dallas. And Jess is going. I think Rocco is going.
Okay.
And Robert Tianaqua is going.
Cool.
Don't know who else. I think Bunny Viper. You said you were going, but I think maybe you're having second thoughts because of the C word. the other C word. Yeah, I mean these social events. I don't do them a lot, and even for like buying fish, I buy most of my fish online,
Mm-hmm.
which is a great segue.
I know, right? I was
See
just
what I
gonna.
did there?
I did. Petro, no, I have not gone to Ken's Fish Supply in Massachusetts. I don't know whereabouts that is, but yeah, we're a fish stream. We've barely talked about fish yet, and the topic tonight was online fish buying. So
Indeed.
I think our lists are going to be almost identical. I think I probably have one you don't have, but other than that, I'm guessing they're going to be almost 100% identical.
Okay, well, why don't you start with the first one on your list? I have them on a list, but they are not in order of favorites at all. I just
Mine
whatever
aren't
combine.
either because they were my almost last one would be on the top. But I think the place I've bought the most fish from is Aquahuna.
I like Aquahuna.
I do too. I like that they sell things in groups and not singular fish.
Yeah, they have minimums, and sometimes it's like I don't really want to buy a 6 pack of I don't know, like plecos, whatever they had on there. They have really good prices, and I also like that the fish that they sell are kind of small because I personally enjoy raising my fish.
Mm,
I definitely don't mind getting a baby fish in the mail as long as it's healthy.
yes. I
Did you
think
get your Cardinal Tetras from Aquahuna?
I did not get them. I did it. I got some from Aquahuna, but the most recent ones did not come from Aquahuna.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they sell fish in the minimum quantity that you should be keeping them in
Yeah,
safely
that is a
for the
good
most
thing.
part. I like that. I like that they're on point with their customer service. The one time I had an issue was with cherry shrimp, and like 2 of them came in dead. I emailed them right away, and they didn't even ask. They were just like, "Here's your refund, done." I was like, "Cool."
That's
Uh,
good.
Other than that, it's been nothing but good stuff from them. I got a bunch of tetras from them. Of course, they're going to come in not colored up, but then within like for a couple hours, they color right up and they look great.
So I don't know if it's my water or what, but I've ordered rummy nose from them, and seemingly they did fine. Cardinal Tetras, not so much. Like I will get them, and they'll all be 100% alive on arrival, but within a week or two, I might lose 40% of them. And it's similar with my my local fish store. Like I had to buy quite a few tetras. I mean, Cardinal Tetras in order to get an amount I wanted. But everything else I've gotten from them has been fine. Like no issues with health or die-offs or anything like that. And I don't think I've ever had a DOA. So I don't even know how good their policy is. So they gave you a refund or a store credit?
They gave me a full refund to my original payment method.
Like a full refund for
the fit. So like I want to say it was like 29 or something for however many shrimp it was. So they went in and gave me back like a $9 credit for the 2 that died or whatever. However the math worked out.
Okay. For a while, when I was trying to buy some stuff from there, it was like during the pandemic, and they're always sold
Yeah,
out.
there was a pretty bad stretch there where a bunch of their stuff was constantly sold out.
Now, even then, I just randomly clicked on Rasboras, and I can see that they're out of their Emerald Eyes, they're out of their CPDs. Oh no, they're out of their extra large. What? Okay.
So yeah, they'll sell some fish in two different sizes.
Yeah.
So they'll sell them as like the smaller size, and then they'll sell like the fully grown. Like, cause I got a mono shrimp from them that were called extra large Amano shrimp, and these things were like a good 2.5 inches big, whereas normally I get them in like an inch.
Yeah, that was the other thing. After I had my CO2 apocalypse, I needed to get some more Amano shrimp, and they didn't have any at the time. Let me see what they've got now. And I don't want to get them from my LFS because they want $8 for the small Amano shrimp, like $8 a piece.
Oh,
It's crazy.
this is Aquahuna, Ricky, and I believe if you do aquarium co-op at checkout, you'll get what, 10% off?
Yeah, something like that.
Which is where I found them through Corey. When you go to live fish on his site, they have them listed as one of the reputable people. And I was like, well, if it's good enough for Corey, I'll give him a try. And I think my first go around, I ordered 4 different fish, and they all came in good. So I was super happy about that.
So it looks like they have their Amanos in stock and get a 10-pack of smalls for $25 or a 6-pack of extra large for $25. At this point, I have to get the large if I'm going to put them in with the rainbows.
Yeah, I put mine in with the female betas, and I got the extra large for that reason, because I was concerned that they might eat the smaller ones, and they came in nice and huge, and I was kind of impressed.
Yeah. And the females, when they're big and buried, they actually fight back. I've seen them. They're not timid.
The other thing I liked about Aquahuna is they have a nice selection of fish that you don't typically see at local stores. Like, especially when it comes to the Rasboras. Fish stores have your standard harlequins and like the chili Rasboras and CPDs, but I've never seen the blue neons that I picked up. I've never seen the Emerald Eye Rasboras at a local store. So there are a couple on there that I've never seen in a fish store before. I was like, this is kind of cool. I get to go shopping and get different fish to try.
Yeah, and my local store is not very good with keeping rainbows. They'll have some Bozeman eye occasionally, and I bought some McCulloch from them before, but other than that, you have to ask them when they're going to get rainbows in, if they could special order them. Aquahuna, I got my Bozeman eye from them, and up until they got gassed out by CO2, they lived a while and they looked really good.
Yeah, I think even because I've had issues where I buy fish, mostly guppies, and I bring them to my water and they don't do so well. I've never had a massive die off from any of the stuff I've got from Aquahuna. Like, I've had these Emerald Eye Rasboras, same ones I've had now for going on 2 years.
And with the Cardinal Tetras, it wasn't a massive die-off. It was like just every day I'd go in there and I'd find a dead Cardinal Tetra. I think the last time I ordered from them, I ordered 20. I put them in quarantine, and by the time I got them out of quarantine, there were 11 left. So I'm kind of done with Cardinal Tetras.
I'm almost wondering if maybe they're getting to be like neons, where they're just kept in bad conditions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then when you just get them, they're just so freaking stressed that they're just like, oh, we're gonna die now. Because it used to be that the Cardinals were better and more hardy, and I think we're maybe getting to where they're kind of like neons, where they just get super stressed now. I think we had a fish question. Yes, Pompey was asking about a Dojo Loach. I guess theirs is 9.5 inches long. How big do I think they will get, or we think they will get? I've never kept them. I did a quick Google and looked at a couple sites while we were talking. It looks like the average size is about 6 inches, but they've been known to get up to 12 inches in captivity.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to say 12 inches max, ? Based on 3 or 4 different websites that say so.
Hi, Dave. Just came in.
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
So while we are on the topic of Cardinal Tetras, I can tell you about the one store on my list, Live Aquaria, the one and only time I've ordered from them. And it was my first order of Cardinal Tetras when I was setting up the 90. And
Okay.
they shipped overnight, and they arrived in the evening by UPS. This was like, I want to say December. It wasn't super cold because it doesn't really get cold here in Louisiana until about January or February for just a little bit. But they had first of all, I opened them and they were all dead, just completely, like wiped out. There was not a single live one in there, and they all had they had all 35 of them I ordered, all 35 of them in one bag, and the heat pack was pressed up against the bag.
Oh,
so
that's a no-no, everybody. If you're sending fish out,
don't do that. Don't do that. The heat pack reaches temps of over 100 degrees in the box. It is not meant to directly heat the water like that. It is more of temperature maintenance while it is enduring the elements. So obviously it was a bad packing job by an employee. So it's hard for me to say like whether they suck or they just had a bad packing job that day. But they have the whole policy where it's like you got to take every fish and put it on a white background and take a photo and send them the picture, and then they offer store credit with no shipping refund. And I said that is not acceptable. And I said, nope, I want a complete refund, including shipping, and I will never buy from here again. And
I do not like places that don't offer a refund to not just store credit. Like, just refund my payment method.
Yeah.
How hard is that? And shipping, you should not have to pay for shipping fees if the fish died. That should be refunded too. That should just be common courtesy.
Yes.
Oh, the fish died? Here, let me refund your whole order.
Mm-hmm.
And not just, oh, you just get the fish and you eat the fish shipping costs. Like, come on. No.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy P, here's my big hello. Yeah, the not refunding shipping, saying like, oh no, shipping is shipping. It's a risk that we both take. Like, no, that doesn't work in any other industry at all. At all.
Not at all.
As a seller, you have to take on that risk yourself, and you have to be so good at packing that when you've got to refund shipping, it's not going to kill your bottom line because you pack so well that it's going to be a very rare occurrence.
And I believe, depending on who you use, I know the postage service, it's insured up to a certain amount. So, especially if you're using prepackaged boxes, I think it's a $50 insurance on them. So you're going to get the shipping back anyway when you make a claim with the post office.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people have said they have issues doing claims on fish. Anytime I've had to do a claim with the postal service, they've always given me the insurance back on it. So I don't know why it would be okay for me and other people, but maybe I just know the right things to say when I'm talking to them. Not sure.
Well, maybe it depends on how you ship. There are some that actually ship priority mail instead of overnight. Well, not priority anymore. I don't trust the post office to ship.
Oh, the 2 to 3 day mail? Yeah, to heck with that.
But I ship UPS 2-day, and I have a 100% live arrival success with UPS 2-day. So, yeah.
See, Liquid Zoo, I don't tell them that it was a fish when I talk to them. I just tell them the package arrived damaged beyond belief and that the customer cannot use the item that was sent. Maybe that's why I get my insurance claims, because I don't say it was a fish.
Yeah.
Because I don't think technically you have to. I mean, I put the live fish sticker on the package, but the guy at UPS customer service isn't going to know what the box had on it. He's just going to know the tracking information.
Right. Yeah, so Matt brought up one that I know is on both of our lists, right? Dan's Fish.
I put Get Gills, but yes, Dan's Fish.
Yeah.
It's who I primarily buy from on Get Gills.
Yeah, like if I need a fish now, that's the first place I'm going to check is, does Dan have it? And if he doesn't, then I'll start looking elsewhere. But yeah, like Matt lost his false zebras, what I guess are like called Colombian zebra flecos. He bought 6 of them, So $50 a piece, $300, and like they didn't arrive dead or anything. They just died in Matt's tank. So
I had that happen with Endlers. I bought some Endlers from Dan at one point, and they were fine for the first like 5 days, and then I woke up to them all dead. So yeah, I messaged Dan, and we went back and forth for a couple days talking about parameters and my water and this and that. And we determined that for some reason there was some weird ammonia spike that happened, but he was still not. He was still gave me a refund for the fish, and was just like, "When your water's fine, let me know, and I'll send you some more." And I was like, "That's great."
yeah, that is awesome. And you know that he does that because he doesn't have to do that often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he cited his success rate, at least with like live arrival, is 99 point something.
Yeah, I've never had
99.5.
any
Yeah,
DOAs from him at all,
no.
and I've bought from a couple other sellers on Get Gills before. My Serpe Tetras in my community tank came from Row Aquatics, and those came in great, and no problems there either. That's another thing. Like the one thing I usually say for online is read people's reviews, look at them, see what the people are saying about persons before you buy from them. That goes for any site, on my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean that leads me to another one, eBay, on my list, which
Mm-hmm. That
is
was
going to be seller dependent.
so far. We've gone in order on my list, which is a complete coincidence.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Rack and Furlough Aquatics. How's it going, both of you? I hope you're having a good Monday evening.
Welcome. Yeah. So eBay. Um, I've ordered a betta from there, and it worked out well. I ordered what I thought were supposed to be small Siamese algae eaters, but they came in like the size of a big fat cigar.
Oh, you got fully grown ones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and then the fully grown ones don't eat the algae.
useless as all useless as useless gets. And I gave one to my mother-in-law eventually, and then I moved some to my 90, and I was like, and trying to, I had them in my 40 for a while, but then they got freaking huge. I had to move them, and catching them out of a 40 was the most difficult fish netting attempt I have ever done. And so when they went in the 90, I'm like, y'all are gonna die in here because y'all ain't going nowhere else.
I had to move my Siamese algae eater from my 20 to the community, and now the 20's got bookend big pieces of decor, and I was like, how am I going to get this fish out of here? So I kind of just left the net in the tank, so it kind of got used to it. And then at one point I saw him dart into it. I'm like, well, this is my chance, and I just flipped the net right up out of the water and threw him in because he ate all the stuff I needed him to eat in the 20. And I was like, well, I don't need you in this smaller tank now that you're getting bigger. So I put him in the community.
Yeah.
He's been in there ever since, and he's very fat. He's I can't even. He's got to be at least 5 inches now.
Yeah, that's what mine were before they got gassed.
Yes.
So many fish got gassed.
Bunny, Bunny mentioned that Dan doesn't usually do that if they've been in your tank a while. I'm assuming it's because A, I've bought from him several times at that point, and B, I wasn't an irate customer. I was very calm and polite in my emails to him about these fish and explaining my situation, whereas some people wouldn't be that way. They would be super upset and pissed, in which case he might not be as understanding.
Mm-hmm.
If they say you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, and it works with customer service. Having been in customer service for Walmart, I understand this very well.
Yeah. So Dan gives you the one courtesy. Just like Matt said, like he's got another 6 coming his way, and if those die in his tank, then it's on him. I wouldn't even. I would not have the heart to tell Dan that the other 6 died if they did die. He'd be like, yep, doing great, all good, no problem at all.
It's just weird to me that the endlers is what I had a problem with, and not the wild fish or the 2-spot catfish that all are thriving. It was the freaking endlers that I had an issue with.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of these pet stores, they're only as good as the source of their fish if they're not taking the time to quarantine them. And like the way Dan does it, he lets them sit for a little while. He monitors them, and he doesn't sell them until they're ready. So by the time he tells us about them, that he's got them, he's already had them for a week at least. And then, another few days before they even go on the site.
Now, I've ordered lots of different fish from eBay. I've also ordered plants. Have you done plants from eBay yet?
I have, and I don't recommend it.
Oh, okay. I
I
lucked
mean,
out, I think, with my
there's
eBay plants.
some, there's some, but like if you want to order something that is kind of high tech, I feel like you need to find one of the you should probably try to buy it from a seller, from a hobbyist who's been trying
Mm,
to propagate it for a while,
yeah.
because you can buy it from these big plant farms where they come in and they don't even take them out of the bag or the pot and they just turn them over immediately. It's all
Hmm.
like completely immersed growth. They haven't been
Yeah.
submerged at all, like not even beginning to convert.
Yeah, it's why would it block that? Stupid YouTube. Yes, I think I've ordered beta fish from eBay, tetras, rasboras, shrimp, plants, and I looked out and found one eBay seller that has an actual store for hardwoods or for hardscaping stuff, and they do fish, where I got most of
Oh,
my stuff from before I found Aquahuna, and they were another good one that worked out pretty well, and I still have pretty much all the stuff I bought from them, barring any like catastrophic stuff that happened in my tanks.
that's good. So have you had any bad experiences on eBay?
Um, I don't think I've had any from eBay. I only have had one website where I had any issues with, and it wasn't the website; it was the seller.
Okay. And
Now I
you want to share who that is?
well, that's an Aquabid sale
Mm,
for me right there. When I first was ordering my guppies for breeding, I did not realize the guppies were from Thailand until I already placed the order. And then I had to deal with the whole transshipper thing, which,
oh,
it's free shipping.
ugh.
It's free shipping from Thailand to Florida. But then from Florida to Connecticut, they want $55 for overnight shipping. And I had gotten 2 pairs of these blue purple, what they said were Moscow mosaic guppies, which after talking to Ed and showing him what they were not Moscows in any way, shape, or form. They were just a mosaic guppy. So
Oh,
my first issue was that the listing pretty much just had every keyword possible for guppies in it.
yeah.
And they get to Florida, and all the transshipper does is change out the water, package them, and send them up to your way. So I
Oh,
get them, and they're 2 of the 4 dead.
no.
Now, they must have died between Thailand and Florida. Because when I say dead, I mean like the water is murky brown and the fish is half decayed already.
So they
But it,
just forwarded those dead fish along to you.
yeah, but it only took from me buying them to getting them 3 days. And the rate of decay to me says they died within a couple hours of being put in the bag.
Yeah.
So I get the fish and I'm like, okay, well, there's one dead fish. There's one dead fish. I got 2 males or 2 females, whatever it was. And I'm like, okay, well, I paid the transshipper on PayPal and the seller through PayPal. Now their policy is no refunds for dead on arrival fish. So
Whose policy? The transshipper or the seller?
the seller, the
Okay.
seller's policy was they will only refund you, well, they refund you the cost of the fish, not the cost of the transshipping. So whoop-de-doo, you refunded me $20 for 2 dead fish out of like the $90 I paid for them. So because I paid the transshipper through eBay, I filed a claim with eBay, or not eBay, PayPal. I just opened up a case with PayPal saying these people willingly sent me dead fish. Here are the pictures of the dead fish. And within 2 days, PayPal found in my favor and forced the transshipper to refund me the $55.
Nice.
Because I'm like, I'm not, you literally, and even I had an email from the transshipper saying they were dead when they got here, but we have to send them to you anyway. Because our job is just to repackage and ship them. So I was like, here's the email screenshot admitting that they got them dead.
Yeah, I have not dealt with a transshipper yet. I don't know if I'd ever want to, but like I have looked on eBay and I've seen really nice looking guppies, and like the pictures are almost too good to be true.
Perfect.
Some of them, yeah, yeah. And I don't have the best luck with those fancy guppies.
That's the other thing I found. The guy that I got my guppies from on Aquabid also sells on eBay. Same process, just two different websites.
Mhm.
So once I saw he was on eBay, I was like, oh, is this the same dude? And then I checked in a couple times, and there's a lot of times where if you like Google, if you put the aquapid sellers' names into eBay, they have an eBay account. So then I read the reviews on eBay, and they're all terrible. Gee, I wonder why.
So he just moved his business over. Yeah.
Yeah, the old bait and switch liquid zoo prints. It's like when you buy a house, the pictures do not look like what it does in person.
Yeah. So someone mentioned don't let Lisa know you got betas from from
Okay, this was before they were selling beta fish.
Same for me. The first beta I got was before they sold them, and then when that beta passed, I got a alien beta from them.
Nice.
No regrets.
My first were Pet Smart betas, then it was betas from Dan, then it's been betas from Lisa ever since, to the point where even when I was at Aquashella and I went to a great fish store and I saw a beta fish I fell in love with, I sent Lisa a picture and I'm like, I really want it, but I feel like I'd be cheating on you if I bought this fish, so I'm not going to buy the fish.
And she said, good. Your affiliate status is in jeopardy.
Sort of.
No. So I want to go back to the eBay plants too, though, because I said like I don't recommend it. What I don't recommend is buying plants from those sellers that have like, to quote Ed, a bajillion reviews, because they're like a big farm and they're just turning over plants, and people will leave the review because when it arrives, it'll look great. Because it's like nice firm immersed growth leaves, but there are hobbyists. Like when I see a plant that's being sold by an individual who has not very much feedback, then I know that it's a submersed plant and it's going to probably do well in my water. And that's all I ever sell on eBay are plants that I have had growing in a low tech situation. So I know when they get them, they're just gonna take a little bit to adjust, but they're not going to be melting back. Oh, Jimmy P's gonna be sending me Dumbo mosaics in about 3 weeks. Awesome. Oh, and what is this? A Poke Gamer. Check out a Fish Shell's channel. You won't regret it. A Fish Shell. He's one of those young fish tubers that has surfaced in as of late. I think I'm subscribed to him.
Cool.
And I think he's subscribed to you.
Oh,
apparently.
I like how it's okay, Zen.
What?
Oh, is that it's okay. So yeah, I've had decent luck with eBay. Like I said, the only thing I would say is read people's reviews and click on like the last 3, because you can do 3, 6, and 9 months, I think.
Yeah.
Click on like the newest thing, type in what you're buying and see what the closest reviews are for that. That way you can see recently, because I think what happens a lot of time is on eBay is people will build up an account and then they will sell it to somebody.
Oh, that's no good. Because
so all the reviews go with it. So like it wasn't fish related, it was Pokemon card related. I had placed an order for a bunch of vintage cards to come in. They were supposed to be here the day I left for Chicago. So I was like, okay, they'll be here when I get home. I get home, they hadn't shipped yet. So I waited another couple days just to be sure. I messaged the seller. Nothing. I waited another week. And then I finally was like, you know what? I'm just going to say I haven't received these yet. And when I had first purchased them, the reviews were great. Then when I got home, so over the course of like, say, 3 weeks, I went back on and looked at the reviews. Now, this person had like 2,000 reviews. The last like 50 were all from the 3-week span when I placed my order to then. They were all negative, saying their orders never came in, seller never contacted them, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking that person got this account to have nice reviews and stuff, and then just was like, I'm going to sell it for the money.
They call that the exit scam.
And I still haven't heard back from that seller, and it's been a month now.
Oh, Jenna, man.
Oh.
See, I don't. I mentioned this before on like more private channels of communication because I bought fish from a YouTuber who makes their money from selling fish, and just I was very unimpressed at the way it was packaged and arrived in the summer. And there were, like, I'm not going to mention who it was. I just don't want to
Mm-hmm.
open that can of worms. But um, it was guppies. I ordered a pair of guppies, and it was like what, June or July that I ordered them, and they came in a cardboard box, no insulation, just literally a bag in a box.
Ooh.
And of course, the pair of guppies were cooked. And as soon as I took them out and saw them dead, I got my temperature gun, and they were it was 105 degrees bad
Wow.
water. Like, why? Like, this person should understand that insulation is not just for cold. It
Mm-hmm.
goes both ways. It retains the temperature.
Now,
And this person offered store credit, and the odds of me using that store credit
yeah.
very low. Oh, is someone texting me with the guess of who it is?
Now, I would say when I sent fish, when I first was selling on a website, they wanted a test package sent out, and it was middle of June, so we were talking mid to upper 80s here. They were out west, so it was like lower 90s there, and they were guppies, so I didn't want the water to be extremely hot. So I actually took my fish bags in like, I took one bag of water and then I like quadruple bagged it and just threw it in the freezer. So that when I packaged up the fish, I just threw an ice pack in with the fish, kind of like I would a heat pack. I put it on the top since cold air settles. And they said when the water got to them, it was like mid 70s. So I guess it worked.
I'm going to type who it is in the chat, and then I'm going to retract it.
And then I noticed when I bought fish from Aquahuna over the summer, they did the same thing. They like froze bubble wrap and stuck that in the thing. And when I got it, the bubble wrap was still actually kind of cold. So it's kind of cool that they knew that it was hot and they knew to package it with some kind of cold in it.
All right. Hopefully everyone had a chance to see what I said, and it's gone. Yeah. And I was filming the unboxing, and I'm like, oh, I get to do another unboxing song and all that kind of crap. But nope.
See, I will let you guys in on a secret. When I do an unboxing video, I've already unboxed the fish before I do the video because I want to make sure they're all alive.
I don't. I open it, and so there's a video of me picking up the bag on. Oh, I guess I'm not posting this.
Like, if it's one fish out of a bag of like 5, then I will probably still post it and just say, oh, there's one DOA and whatever. But for the most part, like if it's like when I get fish from John and Lisa or another website, they're individually bagged. So if I notice that they're fine, I'm not going to not post it. But if like there's 1 out of 6 or 7 fish, I would probably still post it. But if it's just a giant bag of dead fish, I'm not going to post that video.
I did post an unboxing where I had one DOA. It was from Living Artwork. I ordered some Green Lantern platies, and they shipped it the same way. A bag in a cardboard box with no insulation. I think it was like May or something. But there was one DOA, but then I ended up losing like another 4 of them from whatever bacterial infection they had when they arrived.
Yeah, I just remembered a bad eBay scenario, but the fish wasn't dead. So I ordered this was a beta fish. I ordered it, and I shoot you not, it came in a brown paper bag. It was in a bag. They put it in a brown paper bag, put the shipping label on it, and mailed it.
It makes you wonder if they've ever shipped anything before.
Now,
like their first customer.
The fish was in a Ziploc bag with water in a sandwich bag, a brown paper sandwich bag. The
Yeah,
fish was not dead, but so much water had leaked out of the Ziploc. It maybe had like a tablespoon of water in it. And I'm just like, how to not ship fish? And then after I did it, I realized I probably should have filmed that as in how not to ship them, but I didn't.
yeah. I use that living artwork as an example because, like, right after that, I ordered from Dan, and then I ordered from John and Lisa, and then from Dan again. And I'm like, look, and John and Lisa use the same shipping method as Dan, like the same box and everything. So, they just have bettas, so of course they're going to individually bag
Yep.
bettas.
Now, while we're on the subject, might as well talk about keepfishkeeping.com. Uh-oh. We lost
Yeah.
Steven's phone.
It's looking for the phone.
It's
What
just a
happened?
cat.
Hang on. Why? Can you all hear me though?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay, good.
So, keepfishkeeping.com, you've ordered just the one beta or several?
Just one.
And it was an alien?
Yeah. It was like one of their most expensive bettas.
Yeah, those are pretty pricey. Now, I know when I placed my first order with them, the first day they sold betas, I think I bought 7. I remember that John was like, we're gonna have to find a box to put these in because we don't have any standard boxes they're gonna fit in.
Do they email you and say, hey Lefty, you understand that you can't put these all in one tank, right?
No, I messaged Lisa and I'm like, don't worry, I bought a bunch of tanks for all of them. But no, I think they ended up using a Live Fish Direct box, which is going to be a company that I'm going to talk about in a second. But it was like a big box because they had to fit 7 individually bagged betas in their hammocks or beds, if you want to call them that, because Lisa puts them all, if you haven't ordered from them, in like a styrofoam baggie after they've bagged them for more insulation. And I think because it blurs their vision, so they're not seeing each other constantly in shipping.
All right.
Hey, Shanna, how's it going?
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't want to use the
Fishimon. I don't know. Guess your phone doesn't like us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Well, that's weird. Here, putting it back up.
But yeah, I would 100% recommend keepfishkeeping.com for beta fish.
Yeah, they do it right.
Because they're top-notch quality, and they ship them extremely OCD when they ship their fish. They're packaged super well, so you know you're going to get something good. And I've never had an issue. Like, I know when I bought the last couple, Lisa kind of freaked out that I did 2 to 3 day shipping. Because
I had to wait for that. They weren't doing it for a while.
Because they were having issues with 2 to 3 day shipping taking like 4 or 5, 6 days to get there, and they didn't want to have dead fish. And I think they took it off at one point. But I was like, usually it takes no more than 3 days for my package to get here. I think it was like 2 days once it shipped that got here, so it worked out for me. Even when I get stuff from the co-op, it says 2 to 3 day shipping. It's always been here within 2 days. I've
heard that bettas in general are pretty good shippers. Like they can make it a good while. Maybe not.
They're a decently hardy fish in my opinion. They can withstand some ammonia spikes. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan. The betta that I ordered from eBay, it was a little bit late, and I emailed the seller about my concerns with it, and he's like, I've seen bettas survive up to a month in a box. I'm like, wow, what kind of hell is that?
Yeah, I wish the fish that I shipped to Rico survived for a month.
Oh yeah, what was it, 8 days?
10 for a drive that I could have done in 7 hours.
That's a long time for anything, for any fish.
Yeah. And again, it was it was like February, I think, or January. So it's below freezing here. It's below freezing in New York. Heat pack's only good for 72 hours, maybe a little longer if it's being pushed.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true. And bettas don't like it cold.
No, they do not.
I had to order my my betta from KG with 2-day shipping or priority because for a while they had just taken away the 2-day shipping because the post
Yeah.
office was being terrible, and I was going to get overnight shipping, but I don't know what it is about the shipping rate from there to me, but it was like $70 for overnight
Whoa.
UPS, which I've never seen it cost that much for any fish shipping site. You know, with Dan, he's got this amazing overnight rate of like $40 for a
Yes.
big box.
That is one thing we didn't mention, that Dan is all overnight, no other options, which I kind of like and dislike at
But
the same time. Like, if you're
I,
only ordering one fish, it's kind of a pain.
well, you just gotta build up your list of fish that you want and make
Yeah,
that
that's
order.
why I started waiting. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait until I can fill up a whole one large box and then just
Yeah,
order.
he's got that feature now where it's like your box is
Mm-hmm.
10% empty.
That feature has hurt me so many times because it's like, oh, if you add one more, you can fill up the small box. But then the medium box is only 80%. You can add more. I'm like, let's add more. And then it's, oh, wait, I can add a few more and then just fill up the large box.
Yep. I feel like he was trolling me for one of my shipments because, like, I ordered a bunch of Pseudomagills, but one of the bags was just an empty bag. I mean, he didn't short me any fish, but it was almost like him saying, you know, you could have put one more in here.
Yeah. I think when I ordered mine, I think because I told him I was going to breed them, he actually gave me a couple extras, which was kind of super nice of him. I can't wait till this new place is done and we get the video of the tour and everything. That's going to be a dope place to look at.
I know.
Hey, Jay Oliver, how's it going?
I was sad that he stopped doing the Building Dan's Fish series, but he said it just wasn't getting the views for the amount of effort that he's had to put into it.
Yeah, there's sometimes where you just kind of got to be like, you know what, this isn't worth the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool to be over there in Wyoming to help him do that.
Yeah. Let's see. We talked about this one. We've only got one left on the list.
What's yours?
So this one is where I got the African cichlids from and those Cardinal Tetras. It's a Live Fish Direct.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't used them.
That's that's where John and Lisa got a lot of their cichlids from. Their African cichlids. That's where I actually heard of them when I was looking at African cichlids and watching their old videos. I was like, might as well check out their prices. Their prices are decent. I think they were like between $10 and $15 a fish, which is the most I've ever spent until, betas that were $50. But they're the same thing. You pay for FedEx overnight. You get to pick your shipping day. The first ones came in, they were fine. Then I had lost a couple, so I went to buy more. And I lost one fish, so I emailed them because it was within like a day or two. I was like, hey, this guy came in not looking well. He's a little rough. They're like, okay, let us know what happens the next day. Like 18 hours later, he was kaput, but they only had one of those, so I couldn't get a replacement. So they're another one. They refund you for the fish and the shipping cost.
That's good to know. I like to make a list of those places that do it the correct way because there aren't as many as there should be.
But it's store credit. I think it's store credit. I think if it's DOA, I think they do original payment method. But if it's after it's in your tank, I believe it's store credit. But don't quote me on that. Then I had a yellow lab, same shipment pass on me. Emailed them. They're like, okay, same thing, shipping cost and this done. And I think out of the 7 I ordered, I ended up losing 3. So again, they refunded me for the fish and shipping cost of each. And then that's how I paid for the Cardinals because I had like $70 in store credit.
Wow.
So I ended up getting 15 Cardinal Tetras for 30 cents. Because I just paid for the shipping. Which is FedEx, overnight, signature required for anyone interested. And then you can pick the day that you want the fish to arrive, and they do their best to get it to you on that day.
So they ship FedEx. Did it say live fish on the box?
I think so.
I did a little research on shipping FedEx, and everything that I read said you can, but it has to be overnight, and you have to go to like a main hub in order to ship it. Rush, keep
Does that
warm.
count?
Um, they're not directly saying it, but they're implying it. Yeah,
I don't think.
I can.
Looking on the top to see if it says it, but I don't think anywhere on the top does it say it either. So, half and half, we'll say, since it does say the name of the company is Live Fish Direct.
Yeah. Have you ordered from Aquatic Arts before?
I have not. I was thinking about it, but I have not.
Yeah, when they had their big moving sale, I ordered because I was ordering all those Pseudo McGills from Dan's Fish, and I had the Pseudo McGill Luminatus in my cart, but I was still shopping, and somebody snatched them up from me while I had them in my cart. So I went to Aquatic Arts and got them.
I swear it wasn't me because those are the same ones I bought. When was this?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to go in my email. We're going to figure this out.
When did you buy these fish?
How recently did you buy?
I'm checking now.
Dan's Fish. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see, purchase confirmation. And this was... Nope, this was the Picta. I gotta go way far back.
God, that's gonna be kind of funny.
Huh. Let's see. Here we go. I have so many.
Hey, Xanadu, how's it going?
Xanadu,
a nice
welcome.
Monday. I know I'm gonna pass out when we end this stream because I'm tired.
Okay, I ordered them on July 11th.
Sunday,
July 11th.
No, it wasn't me because mine were November of last year.
Okay. Yeah, this is recent. But yeah, so I got 10 Luminatus from Aquatic Arts, and they came in and all in one bag, but they were still fine. No issues, and they're still alive. They made it through quarantine and all that. So
that's good.
Nothing bad to say about Aquatic Arts, other than the fact that they're not very clear about when they're going to ship. Like they say what days they ship, but like I guess they just fast the fish whenever you order them, and then they ship them. Whereas, like the way Dan does it, he ships on Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. And the way I do it, I ship only on Mondays because, man, packing and shipping fish is a pain.
Yes.
It takes a long time. I shipped out the three giveaways today.
Nice.
Still takes a while. This is the first time I'm shipping out a full-grown pleco.
That reminds me of another eBay problem.
Full-grown pleco?
So I'd ordered, there was a deal. You order one Bristlenose, she sent you a free one, like buy one get one free kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought the two Bristlenose. They were juveniles. I think they were maybe like 1.5 inches when I got them. And I put one in the community tank, and the tank is huge. I don't think I was getting enough food, even though I was constantly throwing algae wafers and stuff in there. And it was like, I don't know, a week later, it's dead. Like it had like reddening on its abdomen. So I was like, okay, let me put this thing in like its own tank and try and see what I can do. And I woke up the next morning and it was just upside down dead. So I emailed her. Again, I was super nice about it. She's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you my 4-inch grown, fully chocolate pleco, and then I'll give you one of its babies.
Okay.
Well, that's all well and good. But when you put a 4-inch fish in a bag that's like this big, along with the baby that's 1.5 inches,
Oh my God.
and they came in, and it's you can smell it through the the box, and I'm like, this isn't good. So then I message her, and she's like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm not refunding you for a refunded fish. And I'm like, I just wanted to let you know they showed up dead. And then she blocked me on eBay, and I'm like, okay, sorry for letting you know that your fish showed up dead.
And then you wonder if this person has ever watched like any video on how to ship fish. Like that's how I learned how to ship fish. I wasn't just making guesses like, let me put them in a bag and wrap them in this. And yeah, like I try to be overly cautious when I ship.
Yeah, like I watched videos from KG when they were sending out their cichlids. I watched Dan's packaging video. I think it was Peter at Guppy Gurus. I watched a couple, and I'm like, okay, this is how it's going to work out fine. Also, hello, Ray's Aquatics and Melvin Reef. Hope it's going well.
Yeah. So yeah, when I shipped a full-grown pleco, well, I used the 3 mil bags.
Mm-hmm.
They're fairly long. I triple bag that thing, and I took this advice from Dan, shipping a full-grown pleco. I triple bagged it, and then I wrapped that bag in some packing paper, and then I put that wrapped triple bag into another larger bag.
Nice.
So if it gets punctured or leaks, I mean, it's gonna be fine. Like there's no way that pleco is gonna poke through everything that it's wrapped in.
Good.
Because yeah, I don't have a replacement to send. Because that was my one big male that I've got, other than the one that I'm gonna end up trying to breed if one of these freaking albinos will grow up to be a female.
Okay.
Yet to be seen.
Yeah, I need another pleco. I think I could probably put a pleco in the community tank. I'm assuming the pleco could get along with the 2-spot catfish.
Yeah, I mean plecos, they do what they want. You know, they're not too shy with other fish. It's like, you got some food that I want. I'm gonna just go and stand on top of it, and you can go find something else.
No, the bristlenose I have in the wild beta tank freaked me out last night. I'm looking, and he's just laying on his back, and he wasn't moving. And I'm like, "Are you dead?" So I just I took my pencil or whatever, and I kind of tapped the glass a little bit.
Then he freaked
out. He went like this, and I'm like, okay, well, at least you're not dead. So then I took I had some Shrimp King food on my desk. I was like, you know what? I threw like 2 or 3 pellets in there, and he, of course, woke up and started eating.
You're just relaxing, man. Why are you hassling him?
Jeez, scare the crap out of me. And the funny thing is, 30 minutes prior, somebody in one of the fish groups on Facebook posted the picture of their pleco upside down sleeping. And I'm like, this is kind of freaky. But I'd never seen him do that before.
I haven't either. I've never seen my plecos do it.
I was like, are you dying? Are you dead? What's wrong with you? This is the longest I've ever kept a pleco alive.
I take that back. I have seen a pleco be upside down and then suddenly be alive. It was whenever they passed out during the CO2 I had 3 of them in there, and I assumed all 3 of them were dead. But so I started taking dead fish, and I was putting them in a bowl of water next to the tank. And suddenly, the pleco started moving. My wife noticed it, like, "Oh my god, this is still alive."
I've heard stories of plecos that are out of water for like an hour and are still alive when you put them back in water.
Yeah, I found them in my like wedged between filter media in my hang on the back, like in just disgusting sludge. They're fine with it.
Yeah, I've never had to experience that before. I've never had fish. I had the one fish jump out of the tank, but other than that, I've never had like plecos in. I've never had them. I've seen people post where they're sucking on the side on the hang on back where the water's coming out. I'm like, I don't know. Mine never tried to do that. Maybe it's got enough good stuff on the bottom.
They were doing that when I had a CChem title in there. I don't know what it was about the design of that filter that they were able to get up into the filter chamber. But I see you have a title behind you on the green screen.
Yes, that's on my that's the 55 on my African cichlid tank. I both love and hate that filter.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
have similar
only
thoughts.
filter that you have to do monthly maintenance on the impeller or it stops working.
Yeah. And also, I feel like the media gets clogged a lot faster, and
Yeah.
the flow, and there's way too much bypass on that thing because of that basket.
Yeah. I have the basket loaded up with a bunch of sponges too, so it's not. I don't think it's as bad, but yeah. So like, if I let it sit for more than a month, it's a bitch to clean. But the problem is, where it is, I only have like 6 inches of room to get it off the back of the tank, which is barely enough to actually tilt it enough to get it out, but it's still full of water. So I have to take my siphon and siphon the water out of the actual chamber because it's on a freaking dresser and I don't want to get water all over my dresser.
Mm-hmm.
So in retrospect, I should probably move that one off that tank into a more accessible tank.
And you ever heard the sound of that skimmer when it's
Yes.
clogged or when you accidentally drain the water a little bit too low? Yeah. I think I hate the title more than I love it. I mean, there are some great things about it. I love that it has a really wide range of flow adjustment. Like you can slow it down to a trickle or you can wide open monsoon.
But the fact that I have to pull more maintenance on it than the cheap top fin I get from PetSmart, I get it. It's a good filter, and I bought it for the amount of filtration it can handle. But maybe there's just too much waste in the cichlid tank for them, and it would be better in something with less waste. I don't know. Like, they're a good filter, but it's just not working like I hoped it would in that tank.
Yeah. It didn't work out for a pleco grow out when I had 150 plecos and a 29. That thing was getting clogged every day. Yeah. Now I have aqua clears on it, and they're much easier to deal with.
Yeah, the title to me reminds me of the wind turbine we had at my college, which was always down for maintenance more than it was up working.
Daniel asked me, do I sell fish from Get Gills or some of those stores? I do sell them on Get Gills and eBay. I think I have all of my listings disabled right now because I needed a break. But if you go to my About page, I've got an email address. If you're interested, I've got some stuff. I just like there was a period of time where I was getting more orders than I really wanted to pack because I mean I've got
I haven't shipped fish in over a year now because I was doing it, and then stuff got bad with shipping from USPS.
Yeah, and
all right, Zen, you probably should just throw them the band hammer at this point.
They're kids. You just got give them the firm hand.
Oh, are they?
If it's still who I think it is, they're
it was the two from before.
Yeah,
they're maybe just give them a timeout then.
Yeah, just ask them. This is not the place to.
Zen already did.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So, what was I talking about? I don't remember at this point.
Shipping fish in a year.
Oh yeah. So when the postal service was having its issues, and that's how I was shipping, I was like, okay, I'm just going to take everything off. Especially the Rico thing was my last straw with them. I was like, you know what? It was only in the upper northeastern area, so like Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, all this area up here. If I could ship a fish to California, it's there in 2 days. I ship a fish to Pennsylvania, it takes 5 days. Ship a fish to New York, takes 10 days. Ship a fish to Maine, it took 6 days. And I'm like, what's going on? And it's something with one of the distribution centers in Massachusetts. Stuff would just get there and be stuck.
What happened? I got loading. Oh. Okay, I'm back.
Oh yeah, you're frozen for a little bit. I just thought you were listening.
Interesting. That was weird. Okay.
So yeah, just for some reason, anything local to Connecticut would just get stuck in Springfield, Mass, and not want to move.
Yeah, speaking of postal service, I actually ordered some plants from Aquarium Co-op on Tuesday. They shipped Wednesday, and I still don't have them yet.
Huh.
A little bit concerned in the heat.
Yeah. At least we know their customer service is good.
Yeah, yeah. What is your favorite place to get plants online?
Plants online. I've ordered the most from the co-op. Though I have not been 100% happy with the Anubias I've been getting from them lately.
Like initial quality or
Well, they come in fine, but then for some reason, the last couple batches I've gotten in all have developed Anubias rot.
I had an issue with a couple of theirs.
And, when you talk to them via email, there's no known cause for it. And
Yeah.
I email them to just say, hey, this happened. Just let you know so you can check the stock you have in case it came from there or what happened. I don't know if it's something with the shipping, them being in a hot box or what it is, because I get them, they're outside for maybe like 5 or 10 minutes after the mail gets delivered, and then they're in the house. So it's not like they bake in the sun.
Yeah, I've had some do that. I don't know what the cause is. I haven't had it happen recently, but like when I was first starting out in the hobby and I was getting a bunch of Anubias because I'm like, oh, an easy low light plant. Let's just put it everywhere. And I knew not to bury the rhizome, but for some reason, yeah, the rhizome would get all squishy, and then
Yep.
eventually it'd just be nothing.
Yeah, I think July I placed my last order, and I placed an order for like almost $200 worth of Anubias, and I lost 8 of the 10 plants.
Oof.
And in retrospect, they've basically said if you notice any signs, take the diseased one out because it's contagious. Who knew plant diseases were contagious?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. So if you see any of your Anubias that like get the browning and their rhizome is squishy, take it out of your tank as soon as you notice it because Anubias rot is a contagious disease.
Well, that might explain why I had 2 of them rot because they were in the same tank and it was one after the other. So
Yeah.
go figure.
But they were great about it. They were like, okay, do you want a refund or replace? I was like, if you have them in stock, I'll take the replacement. But if not, just shoot me a refund.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the co-op. Most of the stuff I get from there does well. The worst thing I've ever gotten from them is Christmas moss, and I can't really say it's their fault. Moss, the only way I can get moss to grow is like ultra high tech tank with CO2. People who are like, I have no problem. I have too much moss. Like, well,
The Christmas moss is tricky.
yeah.
I've had the floating Christmas moss balls, and I've had the Christmas moss bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I think you have to have super high nitrates for them to do relatively well, because tanks that don't have super high nitrates, they just seem to peter out and die, or the bridges will go brown, and then you gotta like dust them off so there's no particulates on them. Then they sometimes come back, but the moss balls, it seems like either they're gonna flourish or they're just gonna wither to nothing. I think I have one moss ball left that has any growth on it.
I'm over 3 with their moss balls, so I give up.
So yeah, I'm sticking to. I have Java moss that does fine. I have Christmas moss not from them in a tank and it's doing fine. I have 1 or 2 bridges that's actually still growing. I actually just got some Christmas moss and peacock moss. I think it was peacock moss from LRB when I was in Aquashella. Those are doing fine. So I'm just dosing it a lot with the Easy Green.
Oh, Xanadu mentioned Dustin's. That's
Yes.
that is my new favorite place to get plants.
I'm Dustin. I'm highly looking into Dustin and LRB. I think are the 2 I'm gonna next time I do a plant order. I'm gonna look into both of them and see who has what I'm looking for.
Yeah, like I watched the videos of what they do, and like they actually they propagate their plants. So they grow them submersed, and they know what they're doing. And everything I've gotten from them has been top notch. Although recently they kind of pissed me off because there was so I ordered from Dustin's, and then there was a hurricane. Which don't ship during the hurricane, please. And they didn't. And then I guess there's a week after the hurricane, and then it was like towards the second week. And so I emailed them and like, hey, things are kind of getting back to okay over here. Are you planning on shipping? And they said, yeah, but we have another problem. 2 of these plants that you ordered, we're out of stock. And I just, they were in stock when I placed the order.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for the order. Why
Uh-huh.
are they not in stock anymore? Who did you sell them to? When I mean, you already have my money, just freaking hold on to them. It's 2
Yeah.
bunches of plants. And they said like we were expecting more, but we didn't get any. Well, yeah, that
Well, you shouldn't have sold
yeah,
plants
no.
that were already sold.
Yeah, so they said you can get a refund or just choose some other plants. And so I chose some other plants for now.
See, I know because I have a store for selling Pokemon stuff. I make sure to check the option that says stop selling when out of stock.
Yeah.
Whether I'm getting a new shipment in or not. I don't want to run the problem of, okay, I have 10, but 15 people ordered. Oh no, the order got delayed in Japan. It's going to be 3 weeks before it gets here. And those 5 other people are SOL now, and I have to refund them after I've used the money to buy other product already.
Yeah. And we all know with aquatic stuff, like there is no
Mm-hmm.
guarantee your distributor is going to give you everything that you
Right.
ask for.
I
In fact, they
know
frequently don't.
during the pandemic with Aquahuna, there were a couple times when there was certain things I wanted they didn't have in stock. So I emailed the guy, and if you ever have to email them, they're super fast with responding.
Yeah.
I emailed them, I'm like, hey, I want to get these and this, but you don't have these in stock. Do you have any idea when you might get them in? And he was like, to be honest with you, because of what's going on, we can't guarantee when things are coming in. It could be tomorrow. It could be 6 months from now. So we suggest you order what you want while we have it. That way you're not getting less than you wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
And it worked out anyway, because what I couldn't get from them, I ended up buying from Dan. So
Yep. When in doubt, check Dan's Fish.
now I've also ordered plants from Amazon.
Amazon. I might have. I don't know.
So now, if you go on Amazon and look up aquatic plants, they'll have like the packages where you'll get like 12 plants. Like there's a Florida package where you get 12 plants that are Florida plants. They were, I think, it was a lot of Anubias, some Scarlet Temple, some of the Bacopa, some of like the microfoil, whatever the heck that stuff is called, and some mosses. And I got one because it was like $60 for 12 plants. I was like, okay, I'll try it. I still actually have some in the community tank, so it actually worked out.
So Ed likes LRB the most.
Yeah, I got, like I said, I have some things that we got at the end of Aquashella from him that so far are so good. He had Tiger Val, which looks really cool. It's kind of like regular Val, but it's got black spots on it.
Oh, cool. Never seen
I
that.
got that. I got one of the things I don't usually do well with. I think it's a crypt of some kind. It was like a mother plant. It was like one of the rare mother plant things. And because it was the last day, they were kind of like, here, we're free stuff. I'm like, okay, just take handfuls of free plants. So that's in there now.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Sunday evening when they start.
Yeah, don't wait if you see something you want in case it gets sold out. But like, if it's like a vendor that doesn't want to bring the stuff back with them and travel, like they basically were like, we don't want to have to package this stuff and bring it home. It's not going to be worth it. So they came around with like Tupperware of plants, like Val, moss, crypts stuff, and they're like, here, it's free. And I was like, okay. I literally was just grabbing handfuls and putting them in my backpack because I'm like, I'll do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Who is Haley? I feel like I should know that person. Ed said Haley has good plants too.
The name sounds familiar.
Does she have a channel or is she on
Facebook? This is the Tiger Val right here. Oh, if you can, green screen. Hang on, let me turn the green screen. It's the one thing about the green screen. Oh, it's great, but it just filters out the screen. Let's see. Filters. Boom. Now it's off real quick. I don't know if you can kind of see the speckles on there.
Oh, okay. Now, is that some kind of man-made abomination that they came up with, or is
I don't
that actually
know.
found in the wild?
I'd have to look at it, but yeah, just kind of it looks like a bunch of little ants all over your valve.
Oddball
Oh,
Aquatics.
oddball.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
now we know who it is.
Sometimes I know names. Sometimes I know businesses or usernames.
Yeah, see, that's why 9 times out of 10 just use the usernames with me because I'm gonna remember them more. Now that 6 people have told us it's Oddball Aquatics.
Yeah. And then Ed coming in with the last person to say it and typed it incorrectly.
um,
I think only 2 people here didn't know. Yeah, me and my
listen, I know usernames, not freaking real
Oh,
names. It
oh,
says
she
it's from.
works at a so she's the lady who was on Alex's stream talking about the moving sale.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. See, it just slipped my mind. Didn't remember that name.
So it looks like Tiger Val is native to Asia.
Okay. I think most vowels are native to Asia.
Let's see. Light demand low, CO2 low, growth rate high, height of 20 to 30. I'm assuming because this is an Asian website. Yeah, it's about centimeters. So
That's like that's a foot tall. I mean,
cool. So
night, Dave.
let's see, Dave. I believe Chubbs goes at 10 o'clock, right?
I think he does. Chubbs
I
and
believe I
or
see
someone
something
else.
scheduled. So
Cool.
this was fun. We kind of took some questions. I didn't expect to talk this long, but
We
worked
actually
out.
talked about the topic the entire time almost.
I'm
Amazing.
proud. Didn't get off on a tangent that wasn't about
Uh-huh.
fish.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job, us. So yeah, Chubbs is got a stream scheduled. Then if you beat me to posting a link, by all means post the link. If not,
She's gonna beat you. Her phone's probably across the room and she's just kind of sauntering over to the phone, picking it up casually. She's still look at that.
no,
Look
it
at
didn't copy the name. It didn't copy the name. Dang it, I had it ready to go too. So Chubbs just said 5 minutes in chat. So you guys got a few minutes to grab a drink before you head over there. To say thanks to all the mods for hanging out. Thanks to everybody else that was here talking in chat, asking a couple questions, sharing your experiences about buying fish online.
Yeah, I know this could be a topic that I could go for much longer.
We could do another hour on. We just do
Mhm.
part 2 next week. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you, Steven, for talking fish.
Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Sorry I didn't put out a video yesterday. I was just too tired to edit anything over the weekend, so I'll get you guys a video on Sunday. I don't want to post something in the random in the middle of the week now since I said Sunday is going to be my day. But if you haven't, check out my 500 video and my Aquashella video for giveaways on there because unlike Steven, I'm not using a wheel. I'm just going to let you guys make comments on videos.
The wheel is so much fun, though.
I noticed Brienne did a wheel, too, the other day.
Oh, yeah. She was the originator of the Wheel of Limit. That's the reason why I did the wheel is because she did it on her channel. Like, she's been doing that for a while. And I was like, man, this is really fun to watch all these names get eliminated. You know, it's a nice suspenseful way to do a giveaway.
Patty, what was your question?
I'm so
quick,
sorry,
ask it
Patty.
now.
We did do a bad job with chat tonight.
We've got like 2 minutes before Chubbs goes live. Quick, what's your question?
Yeah. What is it? Hey.
Quick, Patty. It better be fish related.
Maybe some BS question.
Did you at one of us, Patty? Because I didn't see it.
Are we at that point where we're too big to just respond to questions? We have to do at to see
it makes it easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a search. I don't even see it.
I'm looking. I don't see Patty. Betas and pea puffers. Live Aquaria. Now we're gonna miss it because we're scrolling through chat.
I'm down there now. Okay. I said oh yeah. I have seen them come in the tiniest little bags. Yeah. I wouldn't do it that way.
No.
Yeah, they
No, that's
definitely.
not enough water.
Yeah, I've seen them being acclimated to my LFS, and they're just in these tiny little like triangle-shaped bags. Like, y'all got him that way? What kind of trip did it take?
Nah, Pokey Fish and Fish, Pokey Gamer and Fish Shield, you guys are okay. It's fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry
just
about it.
you got a little bit excited about being on the whole YouTube thing, and I get it. But I'm sub to a fish shell.
There is the link for Chubbs, who is live now. So y'all head over there. I don't. Steven, you got a hashtag?
Um,
Hashtag
Yeah, hashtag because that's I ain't got nothing. Hashtag however you want to write that. It's all
Hey,
good.
Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue. We're actually heading out for the evening. But thank you for stopping by toward the end here. We're heading over to Chubbs so you guys can hang out there. Hashtag
No, let's not talk about Nicholas then. I think is fine. Hashtag
Ricky, I would say check Aquahuna because they sometimes happen. But other than that,
no.
I'm gonna end this so we don't go over Chubbs for too long. Y'all head on over there and say hello, and I'm going to bed. Peace, everybody.